The United Democratic Movement will be going to court to seek legal remedy over the ousting of Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality Deputy Mayor Mongameli Bobani. Bobani was removed during a motion of no confidence last week following months of conflict with DA Mayor Athol Trollip. The crisis came to a head in May when Bobani was sacked as mayoral committee member for public health. Bobani dismissed allegations of maladministration leveled against him by Trollip. Meanwhile, the Democratic Alliance, mincing no words, has clarified that it won't be reinstating the Nelson Mandela Bay deputy mayor in the face of the UDM's pull-out threat from the coalition. Speaking to ANN7, DA's federal chair, James Self, says the party can continue to govern the municipality even if the UDM pulls out.
Well, we took this action against Mr. Bobani after months of negotiations with the other parties. We took the view that Mr. Bobani had acted against the spirit of the coalition agreement in the sense that he had openly voted with the ANC on a number of occasions and that latterly he has been implicated in some very serious allegations of corruption involving the departments that he is in charge of. We were very keen to continue the relationship with the UDM, and we still hope that they will continue in that relationship. But we cannot continue in a relationship with Mr. Bobani because he is the antithesis of everything that we were elected to achieve.
We're now joined by UDM President, Mr. Bantu Olomisa. Mr. Olomisa, very good morning to you. We understand that you've resolved to go to court over Bobani's removal.
Yes, I confirm that after we wrote to DA to say we are challenging the manner in which they removed Bobani, and then we said they must bring him back by today. They replied immediately to say we can go jump. They are not going to reinstate Bobani. So because we are committed to the coalition in PE, that's why we wrote to them to say they must reinstate him by today. Now that they have replied to say no, we are going to ask the court today to review that process. So it's within our right, and again, just to demonstrate to the South Africans that we are committed to this coalition, but we are not going to allow ourselves to be bullied. In terms of the rules of the municipality, if DA has got a problem with Bobani of all these wild accusations against him, they must follow the rules, and the council can debate that and refer Bobani to a disciplinary hearing within the rules. But if they want to have a kangaroo court outside the process, the UDM won't embrace that.
But if we had to talk about perhaps the processes that were flouted here, we understand that there's also an issue around the 60 votes that were required for the motion to have passed. I mean, that's also being disputed because some say after the walkout, there was hardly 60 people in there. What is your understanding of everything that transpired on the day?
No, this was a highway robbery, daylight robbery. It's like the cowboys. Really, those people that speak up and their followers behave like cowboys. This is precisely why we are going to court now, because the courts will have a last word on whether indeed the rules were flouted. And we are convinced that what we saw on TV can never be justified or be supported by the people who claim to be the champions of democracy.
Now, Mr. Olomisa, you're seeking now legal recourse here, but what happens to the political relationship? Because yours is a coalition, so what happens there? You're going to seek these legal remedies, but who then has some sort of a remedy that is political now to solve the coalition? Because we think it could have impact in other coalition agreements across the country.
No, the coalition in other parts of the country is intact. So we have isolated that. We are not worried about that. The opposition parties are going to work together on a number of issues, starting from the 5th of September in the Concord on Zuma's related cases. So don't worry about that. The Port Elizabeth one, we need to nip it in the bud. Let's check who is flouting these regulations. You have just had accusing Bobani of corruption. We have asked the courts, our lawyers in the papers, to challenge the DA to bring this evidence in public. We're going to wait for them. And secondly, for Self to say they've been talking to us for so many months is correct, but their own man told him it is just a bully. He doesn't want to implement the decision of the leaders of the coalition. So, but that's history now. The courts will come up with a clear guidance as to how to move forward.
No, we hear you, General. Thank you very much for joining us. That's UDM President Bantu Holomisa talking to us on that debacle, the saga around Mongameli Bobani, who was ousted, or at least lost a motion of no confidence against him on Thursday in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro.